Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high, we're living life. Let's fly, off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back to another reaction request. If it's your first time, please consider subscribing, join the family. Absolutely love to have you guys. Monroe is back for another reaction request. What's up, Monroe? Welcome back to the reaction game and reaction that I think we all are going to enjoy because this is a Spice Girls, and Monroe wants to hear this particular one by the Spice Girls called Stop. It's live at the Brit Awards from 1998. So with that being said, Monroe, hope you're feeling great because we're going to dive right into this with you and the rest of the Off Tap family. Without further ado, for me and all of you, let's get Off Tap.
Okay.
As you all know, the Spice Girls have always had their knockers, as indeed Jerry Spice proved memorably at this very event last year. You see, there's always a few tadpoles in the press wanting to knock them down. Some of the papers like to say, well, we make them and we can break them. Well, let me tell you, lads, you didn't make this act and you certainly can't break it. Only the fans can do that, and they don't seem to be doing it yet, because after 32 million hours, a smash hit movie, a sold-out world tour, 6 #1 singles.
Did he say 32 million albums? That doesn't even make sense. 32. That can't be what he said. We need to rewind that, because what did he just say?
Hours. A smash 2 million hours. Yes,
2 million?
After 32 million hours.
Dude, he did say 32 million albums. Make this make sense. What?
Do that, and they don't seem to be doing it yet, because after 32 million hours, a smash hit movie, a sold out world tour, 6.
I'm hearing 32 million albums. Now, granted, sometimes, you know, the people from, you know, the UK and places like that, their accents, sometimes it throws me. And I think I hear things I didn't hear. But did anybody else hear 32 million albums? Because that's just physically impossible. There's no way they made 32 million albums. Like, if they did, I promise you, we're not reacting to all of them. All right, let's continue. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to be funny or something.
#1 singles in a row. They are without doubt the pop sensation of the decade. Will you please welcome Emma, Victoria, Jerry, Melanie C, and Mel B, the Spice Girls!
I thought they had a Dirty Spice too. Did they not have a Dirty Spice or a Scary Spice or a something? Oh, maybe they have different names. I don't know. You Spice Girls fans, let me know down there. I don't know. I thought they had a Scary Spice, a Dirty Spice, because I'm sure I've reacted to a Scary Spice song before. I'm sure there was like the Scary Spice. Is it scary? I don't know. Let's let them. It doesn't even matter. Let's let them cook. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's Beckham. What's her name? Something Beckham or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm sure they had like a Scary Spice. The black girl is scary, ain't she? Scary Spice. I'm not saying she's. I'm just saying I think that's her name that she goes by, Scary Spice or something like that. And then there's like, is there ginger spice? I don't know, man. Anyways, can we take a moment to appreciate, this is one of the biggest girl groups of all time. So can we take a moment to appreciate that? Like, that is awesome. I think in my previous videos, I think there is a reaction. I'm pretty sure we did Wannabe. I'm pretty sure we've done that one. And maybe some other one too. I feel like we've done a couple. I really do. Because I just kind of remember feeling like I did it. I've done thousands and thousands of videos. Cut me some slack, okay? Sometimes I'm going to forget a couple of them. It's just so many, I had to save space in the hard drive for the new stuff. But yeah, look, man, this is a banger. Live at the Brit Awards. This is like probably, I'm guessing, like our Grammys or something back in the States or something like that, or maybe MTV Awards. I don't know. But I think this is big stuff, man. Like, it's the Spice Girls, man. The people love them. You can see the crowd there, you can hear them doing their thing. And I think this is kind of like, and it's quite interesting that this is in black and white, because it does have that kind of Beatles feel, like Beatles' biggest, rock group of, at one point in time, or pop group. I don't know, what do you call the Beatles? Rock, pop? I don't know. Boy band? I mean, what do you call them? But at one point they were the biggest group of all time. And then it was like that black and white era. And so was this intentional black and whiteness happening here to kind of give it that kind of feel? Because 1998, I mean, there was color TVs then. So I'm just saying, I don't know. Artistic stuff, man, I don't know. Maybe they did this intentionally to give it a little artisticness. Yeah. All right, let's let them keep cooking. Let's let them keep cooking.
It's going too fast. Racing so hard, you know it won't last. Don't you know? Why can't you see? Slow it down, read the signs, say you know just where you're going. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey, you, always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby. Gotta have some fun. Always be together. Stay that way forever.
I think one of the really, they've gone color now. So yeah, I think that was probably intentional. They had that little artistic thing, like try to attempt to look like they were back in that olden kind of times, you know what I mean? Like Beatles-esque type feel, and then bringing it to this whole, more modern, recent, current time type of vibe. I like it. And can we take a moment to appreciate this? This is one of those groups I feel, okay, let me just say, with this particular performance, because I actually don't want to say anything. I don't actually know all their music, so I don't want to say something that probably ends up being not true. Because I was going to say, based on this performance, you get a very wholesome vibe, right? And maybe that's what it's going for. Again, when you see black and white, you see olden times, music kind of felt a bit more wholesome. Artists felt a bit more wholesome. The stuff that from back in the olden days, I think people just had kind of different values, you know what I mean? Like, people kind of seemed like they just weren't into some of the grit that we have in modern times. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I could be wrong, and maybe they were doing some crazy, freaking stuff back in the day. I don't know. But I don't know. I just feel this is wholesome. I feel the Spice Girls got this wholesome thing happening, very family safe. You know what I mean? You could let your kids listen to this and be fans of the Spice Girls and not ever worry about them saying something that they shouldn't be saying in the music that might affect your kids negatively. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. That's what it reminds me of. That kind of like the Supremes, like those old kind of, the song has that vibe, like that kind of, like Supremes type vibe. Like, those type of groups with the 3-4 girls from back, like in the, olden days type vibe, that kind of energy and vibe. Maybe so I think this is all by design. I think it's intentional. I think it is. And that, I know her name. Her name is Mel B. Boom. I have reacted to some Mel B. Or is that Mel B? I could be wrong, actually, now that I think about it. I think the black girl is Mel B, now that I think about it. Is that Mel? You know, I'll let me know. Yeah, I thought she's Melanie. She's just bringing it too. Like, she's just freaking, like, just power voicing it. Like, she's just freaking, like, bringing all the energy and then some. You know, everyone else just kind of being cool and chill and just kind of singing it just nice and subtle. Like, and she's just freaking, just belting it out. Like, she's like, it's my moment. I'm gonna own it. Yeah, the girl with the red hair, isn't her name Ginger? Isn't she Ginger Spice or something? And didn't she do a version of It's Raining Men or something like that? I'm pretty sure I reacted to it. He's coming back to me. He's coming back. Oh, that's See, she understood the assignment, man. She's like, look, we're doing this live. We don't need to be sounding like the freaking CD version of it. We need to sound like the live version of it. We need to sound like this is freaking live because we're performing live. Like, let's bring it. Like, she's just freaking bringing it, dude. That's how it should be. You know, but I feel like she might even, maybe she's even at this point in time, maybe the most experienced, maybe, you know, the person who's actually performed in front of lots of people live before. So she just was like in her element, you know what I mean? And everyone else is just kind of still, you know, catching up to her, maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying everyone else is bad, by the way. Everyone's smashing and doing a great job. But I'm just saying, you can tell that she's just freaking, she's just got all the confidence in the world, and she's just freaking in her zone, and she's just freaking just letting it all out, you know what I mean? Like, fearlessly, just completely. I love it. I love the energy. I love the whole song. We're gonna let them finish up, and I'll give you a final. Let's let go. If I knew it was that close to the end, I would have just let it keep going.
Girls singing their new single live for you at the Brit.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
All right, guys, I need some answers, okay? Thanks to our friend. You know, I've got a friend on the speed dial now. I just need to know a couple questions. I'm confused. Did he say 32 million? I mean, why would he say? He must have been trying to be funny or something, or I didn't hear something correctly. So what are we missing? And also, who's who? Let's get some names here. Let's get some information, because I'm feeling like a little lost in the sauce right now. Let's go. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey there. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. Just here and ready to help. So, What's on your mind today?
Okay, excellent. Look, I just did a reaction to the Spice Girls, and they got this song called Stop. They performed it at the 1999 Brit Awards, and I'm a little bit confused as to whether or not, number one, the guy who was, talking, he said that they released 32 million albums or something like that. I must have misheard. What did he say potentially? Because did they do 32 million of? Is that sales maybe? Did they sell 32 million albums? Who are the members of the Spice Girls? And is there a Mel B or Mel C or Mel something D? And is there a Scary Spice? So if you could answer those questions for me. Thanks.
Okay, let's break that down. So you are probably hearing about their total sales worldwide, which are actually over 100 million records, not just albums.
Wow.
Right? The Spice Girls are a huge deal. So to get to your other questions, the members are Emma Bunton, who's Baby Spice, Mel B, also known as Scary Spice, Mel C, who is Sporty Spice, Jerry Halliwell, Ginger Spice, and Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice. So there's no Mel D, but I can totally see where that might get confusing with both Mel B and Mel C around. Did you have any other questions about them?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get my facts straight. I was doing a reaction. I was like, instead of me waiting for someone in the comments to tell me, I might as well talk to you and let you, have the honor of sharing some information with the audience. Do you want to say hi to them, by the way?
Oh, that's thoughtful of you. Yeah, absolutely. Hello to everyone watching. Happy to help you reaction video creators get the info you need. It's always better to have the right details. Good luck with the rest of your video.
Awesome. Thank you. And I shall chat to you later. All right. Bye-bye. She just hung up. I thought she would have said bye back or something. Okay, anyways, so there you go. So now we know. Okay, so I was right. There is a Scary and Baby Spice. Of course, I knew there was some type of Baby Spice too. And then she said the Mel C, the Mel B. So I was right. I was kind of right. So yeah, so that being said, so 32 million, over 32 million probably albums sold at that point in time. That's probably more realistic what they're saying, because there's no way they released 32 million. So I might have heard that wrong or something. I don't know. Whatever. All I know is that, can we take a moment to really appreciate just how fantastic they are? You know what I mean? And again, like I said, that had to be Mel C. Mel B, Mel C. Mel C, right? I think the one who's just, like I said, was really just freaking bringing it vocally and just freaking smashing it, you know what I mean? Like really just had that presence, really was really taking it to the next level, performing really in the moment, really passionately, just making sure that she freaking just went to that next level. That's Mel C, I think, right? Because I think when she was saying who's who, didn't she say Mel B is Scary Spice or something? So yeah, anyways, I apologize to anyone who is a hardcore Spice Girls fan, and if I've said it wrong, I apologize. Unfortunately, these things happen sometimes, but I appreciate them. I think they're incredible. I think they're awesome. I think they deserve a lot of love and respect, because again, we're talking about one of the greatest girl groups of all time in throughout history. We're talking about all of history. So that's huge. That is just gigantic, man. And, there's always that kind of one person in the group who kind of stands out. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these, boy groups, girl groups, these boy band, girl band kind of groups, they always have kind of the Justin Timberlake of the group. You know what I mean? They've got the freaking, that one person who is just kind of a little bit little bit better than the others, if you know what I mean, or they shine just a little bit brighter, you know, like Beyonce, for example, in Destiny's Child, right? That's another good example, right? You always got that one person who's just kind of like, you know, this is the star, you know, everyone else is there and they're doing their thing, you know, more power to them, but there's that one person who's just, you know, they just get it a little bit more, you know what I mean? They just bring it a little bit more. So, but shout out to all of them though. I mean, what a fantastic song, what a fantastic journey. Again, just being able to have that kind of just confidence to know that you're owning the stage when you're up there is very important. I feel like they all probably at this point, especially with the credentials that they had already accumulated at this point, you know, I think they all already had that kind of, look, we've made it, we've done it. And I think they already had that kind of feeling, you know what I mean? But again, clearly you could see in this live performance, it's very clear that I'm going to say it's Mel C. Again, if I'm wrong and if it's Mel B, I apologize, but I think it's Mel C. Just again, there's levels, you know what I mean? There's always levels. And you know, she was batting 100 and everyone else was batting about 80. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. You know, but you could clearly see a difference. You know, you could clearly see it. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. I really believe all of you could tell a difference. When she came on, she exploded, dude. Like, she was just like, pow. You know what I mean? She stepped up and she got it done. You know what I mean? Another example, the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson. Again, just... everyone's got skills, everyone's talented, but there's just that person, you know? Is the Spice Girls like that? You know, I don't know enough of their music to make that claim, but I can tell you from this in regards to this particular performance, I would say that Mel C, who we're calling Mel C, whoever's the one with, when you guys heard me saying she's just smashing it with the vocals, she's freaking just powerful, she's freaking projecting, she's freaking just bringing it. Like, I'm just saying, she seems to be the person. She seems to be the front. And everyone else is doing good. She's going 100, they're going 80, that's fine. It happens, that's how it is. 80's still great. But I'm just saying, she took charge on the day. I don't know if it's like that every day, but she took charge. She freaking understood the mission, like I said, and she did it. So I'm saying. But I love the song. Catchy, super catchy, freaking catchy as hell. I mean, look, top 40 commercial music at its best. I mean, this is a radio banger. This is, again, a song that your kids could listen to and you'd be like, don't have to worry about them saying anything that isn't going to freaking, you know, be a positive thing. Like, this is like a group that you feel like, in this performance anyways, again, I don't know enough to, but I would say they seem like these are good role models for my kids to, you know, why not? You know what I mean? They're not talking about loving big butts and can't lie. So, but yeah, look, catchy, cool. I would say another way to describe it, I think, with the other singers, I feel like they were doing it safe. You know what I mean? They were staying in their zone. They were staying in, like, this is where you live and you don't come out of here. And they were doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's probably how they rehearsed it. Say, guys, look, this is, let's make, matter of fact, they might have said that, let's make Mel C the forerunner in this song. Mel C, you go with it. You freaking just, I know you love this song. This has got your energy. You go, girl, you get them. And we're just going to support you. We're just going to be back here. We're the Supremes. Dinah Ross, you go, girl. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. It's something like that. But yeah, definitely. You know, it's quite interesting, you know, because in history, you know, think about how many bands there's been, groups, you know, all kinds of different ensembles, if you will, of people coming together, attempting to make music together. And to be able to last, you know, a very long time together without you guys breaking up or you guys going in separate directions or all these type of things, you know, and just being able to have that chemistry to put out great music that people, you know, can say, like, 32 million sales, which I think the updated number based on, what we just heard was over 100 million, albums sold or something like that. Like, I mean, it's just big numbers, man, to be able to have that kind of success, you just have to be committed and dedicated. And I wonder if they're still performing. Does anyone know? Are they still performing in 2026? That's probably a good question to find out. Are they still performing? Because, again, you think of some of the other big kind of groups from that era, I think we would be looking at someone like if you're thinking about like boy band, girl band type groups, this feels like a very, probably, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, that kind of vibe, right? That kind of vibe, 2000s, early 2000s, probably that type of vibe, right? And so Backstreet Boys still smashing it. I seen something pop up on my timeline. Guys, let me know if you want me to react to some Backstreet Boys. They still out there performing. Like, they just doing stuff still. They've got a new album coming out, or it's already came out, or something like that. Like, that's how you got to be, man. I mean, look, you look at some of the greatest rock bands of all time. They're still going hard, even without their lead original vocalist, like Queen. They've got Adam there now, but they're still bringing it. They're still going hard. Freaking 80 something. I think Brian, 80? They must be about 80 now, at least, or something close to it. They're just still smashing it and going hard, dude. So I love it when I see longevity. I love it when people love what they're doing. Matter of fact, another group, Bon Jovi. I seen something, again, pop up on my YouTube thing, my news feed, and they did a performance lately. Come find out, John Bon Jovi's had something happen to his vocals or something. He's had to get surgery or something to try to fix it. And, but they're still going strong, long story short. A testament to, again, doing what you love because you love it. Not for the money, not for the fame, not for anything else except for the enjoyment, because it's something that you're truly passionate about. That's a very beautiful thing. So, shout out to groups that are just still bringing it, man. So I hope they are. I hope the Spice Girls are still out there performing, because again, when you've got that perfect group, it's cool when you find that magic to keep on letting that magic live, so new generations can appreciate it as well, and of course we can watch videos, and we react to the stuff that's happened a while ago, and it's dope, it's cool, it's fun. But being able to see someone, these great groups, these artists, performing live now, I think live is always better than watching it on a video, right? I don't know. If you have the opportunity to, what you would rather do, go live in a concert or watch a video? I mean, I guess if you got a big enough TV screen and Dolby surround sound and everything, the whole setup, maybe you can have a great experience where it feels like you're there, even without the traffic and all the crowdedness and everything that goes along with going to a concert. Because guys, sometimes going to concerts can be a little bit, I understand, I get it. But I think nothing beats the experience, if done properly. And that's what you want. When you go to see someone perform live, you want to feel like you experience something special that is life, changing, or matter of fact, something you'll never forget for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Really dope. Great reaction requests. Thank you very much, Monroe. Thank all of you for tuning in, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Allegedly, it helps with the algorithm. Maybe a comment. Who's your favorite Spice Girl? Who do you think freaking smashed it the best in this video? And what's your favorite Spice Girl song? Let me know in the comments below. I shall catch you guys later. As always, remember to on the fullest, keep it off tap out. We gotta get out of here. I'll catch you guys later for another vlog.